Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading this week. I want to show you the cards that are being used for your reading this week. We're doing the weekly this week. It's 13th to the 19th of July 2020. You've got a monthly for July up, guys, so make sure you're checking that out. It will be on the end screen so you can click into that link. This week we are using the This Might Hurt tarot deck by Isabella Rotman, and that is for your general energies for the week. For the work reading, we use the Dark Mansion Tarot. And for your love reading, we're using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. Actually, I think I might switch that up. I think we'll use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot for your work and the Love, the Dark Mansion Tarot, okay? For the spiritual advice for the week, we use the Crazy Sexy Love Notes by Chris Carr. And if we need to clarify anything on the reading, we are going to use the Rider Tarot deck miniature, all right? So, yeah, that's it. Sit back, relax. And as I always say, enjoy. Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. So this reading, my darlings, is the week commencing 13th of July through to the 19th of July. You'll see a list of cards. Well, the beginning of the reading actually shows the cards that I use for this week. I am using some additional decks though this week. I just want to quickly show you what I'm using for your spiritual guidance this week. A couple of new decks that I got this week, which I really like. We've got the Law of Attraction, so the little reminders. So generally for me, I would probably, you know, if I were to use this, I would pull one card a day just to tell me what the universe feels I should be focusing in on right now. What should I be focusing my attentions on attracting? So I tried it out actually with one of the cards last night. It was spot on. It was absolutely fantastic. And then I've also got the Secret Language of Colours cards by Ina Segal. I've actually got another one of their decks. I think it might be Blessings or something like that. She does just the most gorgeous oracle decks. So what we're doing with this is we're getting spiritual guidance via the Secret Language of Colours. So each card is a different colour. Whatever colour you get, there's a message in that colour. Fantastic. Okay, let's make a start on your week ahead reading. We're looking at the general, then we're looking at the career and also the love area. Okay, let's make a start. Hey Gemini, we've got the cards down, and let's have a look here. So the general message for the week 13th to the 19th of July 2020 is the moon. You know, for me the moon is all about, moon means many things. Moon can mean fear and anxiety, but it can also mean the subconscious, and it can also mean something that is very deep within the subconscious. So this could be something about intuition, for example, or there's a gut feeling. I have to look at the moon card as being something that represents feeling something that really in your gut. It's stronger than intuition. So the moon often represents the subconscious, for me a very deep knowing, but it's also tapping into the subconscious. And it's also, the moon card is a card about visualization. So it's visualizing the future. It's a card about memories, things that are being buried down deep. The moon can also represent guidance and enlightenment and things being illuminated, but they can also, it's an interesting card actually, the moon, because it means, it has so many contradictory meanings, which in a way is the moon, in a way, because things wax and they wane by the moonlight. So things look one way, but they're not quite the way that they seem. Sometimes things that look one way, they're actually another. So this is why this card can actually represent an illusion. The moon can also represent things that are past, things that are gone. It can even represent death sometimes, which is interesting. Let's have a look at the next one showing here. So I think that with the Page of Swords, the message is because the Page of Swords researches. He's looking towards the moon. He wants to find out what's going on. I think that there are certain things that are being hidden, perhaps, Gemini. And I think that we had something like this the other week in your reading where we were talking about things that were hidden, and it was time to find the truth and examine the truth. And I think that the message is, it is time, whether you believe it or not, to look at the truth, to examine the truth, to explore, to find the truth out. Because the Page of Swords is a researcher, he's a spy, and he's looking into the secret places of the moon. So I think, and with this page looking directly, can you see how he's got his sword? He's wanting to cut through all of the, you know, all of the bullshit, all of the, pardon my language, all of the illumination, all of, not illumination, all of the illusion. He's cutting through the illusion, because the moon is an illusionary card. And I just feel that with the Page of Swords, looking directly towards that moon with his sword, it's almost like this person here is cutting through the illusion of the moon. So I think that the message may be that it's time to cut through an illusion for some of you Gemini showing here. I think that if you do this, it's going to bring a sense of confidence back to you with the Chariot. It's going to help you to overcome a few obstacles with the Chariot. But actually, I think that with the Page of Swords and the moon, for me, being cutting through the illusion, really, if I were to sort of sum this up in a nutshell, it's time to kind of face the truth, if you like, because the Page of Swords is always standing up for the truth, and this is not the truth. You can see on the moon that these people are masked. And if you look at what they're masked from the light of the moon, okay? They only see the moon through the eyes of the mask. They're not seeing the whole thing, so they're not seeing the whole story. It's almost like, and they've put the masks on themselves, okay? They're naked, so there's an essence of kind of feeling vulnerable here. So I'm getting the energy that some of you guys may be feeling vulnerable, and you may be kind of, you know, sheltering yourself from seeing the truth. I think it's something that you might be doing to yourself here, to be honest with you. Gemini, I think that you are sheltering yourself from the truth. I think that you're not facing up to the truth of the matter. And I think with the Page of Swords, it's time to start cutting through that and facing up to it here. And the Page of Swords is air anyway, so this is you. Okay, it's time to face up to the truth. And I think that once you do that, it's going to put you in a position of power and strength, you know, and I think it's going to give you your mojo back with that Chariot. I really do. I think it's going to put you in such a strong and confident position with that Chariot once you cut through this energy of the moon. Let's have a look at the next one. The Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is a relationship here, and this is a successful. So this is overcoming obstacles within a relationship. Yeah, I think that once you cut through the illusion, it's going to help you overcome some obstacles that you may have been facing within a relationship here. Seven of Wands energy. Okay. Now, the Seven of Wands for me is a card about rising above the challenges. And I think it's almost like it's as an afterthought in a way. What the cards are saying is that you've got to be, I think you've got to be ready to face those challenges. We've got three cards really telling you that you've got a challenge that you need to face. That's the Seven of Wands, the moon, and the Page of Swords looking into the moon. Okay, and then you've got this Chariot and the Two of Cups, which is a cards about surmounting issues within a relationship, overcoming challenges to arrive at a very successful outcome here in terms of a relationship. So this is a successful relationship, but this relationship with the Chariot has been through difficulties. And some of you guys, Gemini, have. Some of you guys have been living in an illusion. When you get the moon and the Two of Cups, that can be a relationship that's nothing more than a dream. It's nothing more than an illusion, you know. Sometimes it's a relationship that happened in the past, for example, with the moon and the Two of Cups. It's no longer happening. It's no longer there. So really the moon and the Two of Cups, if I were to put those two cards together, it is about an illusion, a relationship that is not real, a relationship sometimes you can get a couple in a relationship with the Two of Cups and you get the moon card and they're not, the relationship's not really honest. It's not an honest relationship. Both people are just playing a part. They're not being honest with each other, and that's what I think is going on here. I think you need to cut through an illusion here, okay? And I think that once you do, the message is cut through the illusion. Once you do that, you'll overcome challenges within a relationship, but you must face this with strength and courage. The Seven of Wands, you must have the courage to face this. With the Seven of Wands energy, you must have the courage. Now, it's interesting with this Seven of Wands from the This Might Hurt Tarot, Gemini, where what we're seeing here is we're not seeing this person rising above. Usually with the Seven of Wands, the guy's he's standing aloft on a hill and all of the wands are underneath. It's not the same with this one. actually this person isn't standing. In fact, the wands are higher this time. If you look at this version of the Seven of Wands, the wands are actually above this person's head rather than below. So you've still got challenges to face. But you've got this, the one thing with this card, it's about having the bravery and the strength. Look, you're outnumbered here with the Seven of Wands. The odds are actually against you with this Seven of Wands. So I could read this and say, look, even though the odds are against you with the Seven of Wands energy, if you cut through the illusion, the rubbish, the secrets, the things that are being held back within a relationship, you'll actually overcome the obstacles in it. You'll actually overcome the obstacles in a relationship if you have the strength and the courage to face the challenge with the Seven of Wands, because you're outnumbered. You know, the odds are simply not in your favor. But if you have the courage and the strength, and actually with the Chariot energy, it is about courage. So we could read it and say, well, you are facing obstacles with the Seven of Wands showing here, you know, you are facing them. And you know, the odds are not in your favor with the Seven of Wands. Sevens is not an odd number. Let me say that again. The odds are not in your favor. You know, you're outnumbered here. You've got 6 wands against 1 person here. So the odds aren't in your favor. However, if you have the courage with the Chariot and the fortitude to face, and even for some of you guys, it may not even be illusion. It may be facing the demons, because the moon, it can also be a card about demons, beasts, things that go, you know, howling in the night, scary monsters. You know, it's the things that you're afraid of that you can't quite see with the moon. So for me, it's about facing your demons as well with the Page of Swords and the moon. And I think that the message is, if you have the courage to, and we're going to double up that Chariot, okay? Let's do the reading again. So the message for the week, Gemini, is you are outnumbered and the odds are not in your favor. You're outnumbered on this, okay? Really, statistically, you should fail, because you've got all of these wands here, and you're just on your own here. You're the one with the kind of the bow, the arrow and the bow sort of thing, bow and arrow, and you're outnumbered here. You are. Really, this should be something in which you probably fail. But the universe says that if you have the strength, the confidence, the courage with this Page of Swords energy to call out your fears, to cut through the illusion, to face your fears head on, you will have victory and success within this partnership relationship. But you must have the strength to fight for it. And also the Seven of Wands and the Two of Cups can be about having the strength in a relationship. So this can be about fighting, for a relationship. Seven of Wands, Two of Cups is a relationship that you fight for. So we're doubling up cards here. The odds are not in your favor. However, if you have the confidence and the courage to face your demons, or to face the illusion, or to really call out what is not being said within the relationship here, okay, you will have victory and success in this relationship. But you have to have the courage with the Chariot to fight for the relationship first. Let's have a look at the work reading. The Ten of Coins. So this is security and stability for me. Tens do represent ending of cycles, which this could be. But this could also be, with the Ten of Coins energy, something about a secure job, a stable job, with the Ten of Pentacles energy showing there. I'm seeing stability and contentment with the King of Cups. I'm just seeing, I mean, I don't always read kings and queens as, you know, as people. Sometimes I read them as energies. So I'm seeing just security and stability and contentment. So a secure and contented environment perhaps here. Or there's feeling secure and stable and content in your job perhaps in the week. The King of Cups energy showing here. However, you may be facing, and I think that this is what it's saying. I think it's saying that even though some of you guys may be feeling secure and content in the work that you do, you may be at a bit of a crossroads here with the Two of Wands energy showing there. King of Wands energy. Now the King of Wands, that's interesting. You've got 2 kings in the reading. 2 kings in a reading for me is often, sometimes for a man this can be conflict. So this can be kind of conflict with colleagues, for example. Sometimes for a woman it's meetings. And it may be that there are meetings happening for some of you Gemini. You might be feeling contented in your job, but you may be at a bit of a crossroads. Some of you guys have got some meetings coming up, I think, with this King of Cups, some discussions. Also, Kings are about authoritative energy as well when you look at kings in readings. Okay, so this is about gaining knowledge as well with the two kings here. So some of you guys, it may be that you're gaining knowledge here. Maybe there's something that you're at a crossroads concerning. Let's have a look at the next one. But I think that this is more about having the confidence to start something fresh. And that's why you're at the crossroads. That's why you're at the crossroads. Okay. I think what's happening here in your career reading, Gemini, is that some of you guys are stable in your jobs, because that's the Ten of Coins. It's talking about a secure job. You're secure and you're stable here with the Ten of Coins, and you're contented, because the King of Cups is just contented to go kind of cruising. Remember, he usually sits on a nice, bed of water, and he's just cruising along. He's not sitting on a nice bed of water here, but so, he's happy, he's contented, he's got people that love him, and the dog on the card represents faithfulness and loyalty. So I'm seeing some of you guys feeling really stable and secure and loved within the job that you do. People love you, you feel contented, people like you, people come to you, people trust you, people care about you. But I think that you're at a crossroads, okay? Because I think for some of you guys, it's all about whether you have the confidence to start something new, especially as you're at that king you're at that king position here. This king here is happy and contented in the job that he's doing. He's secure. You can see on the pictures, Gemini, the imagery which shows the children around this king, the dog. And you see actually on both cards there are pictures of dogs. Now, pictures of dogs, imagery of dogs on cards mean loyalty and commitment. That's what they mean. So we see that there's lots of loyalty. You've got lots of loyalty to the job, but there's a lot of people that are loyal to you. You've got a lot of colleagues that really, really like some of you Geminis here. And you've got all the people, you can see here, I love dad. This person's got a cup called I love dad. The kids have written to him, I love dad. Really, it's just a metaphor for people making a statement probably to some of you guys, I really love you, Gemini. Okay, so you've got a lot of loyal colleagues at work, I think. Some of you guys have been in a job with the Ten of Coins for a really, really long time. You might have been in a job for many, many years. Okay, you've really established yourself with the Ten of Coins in the work that you do as well, Gemini. And I think some of you guys feel really good about what you're doing, because you've really kind of got your feet underneath the table. You've established yourself. Some of you guys are in a very good position. People love you, and even to a certain extent, people rely on you to a certain extent as well, because dogs rely on owners and children rely on parents. So to a certain extent as well, people really rely on you in these cards here. But I think that that's why some of you guys are going to be at a crossroads, because it's whether you have the confidence with the King of Wands and also sort of the vision with the King of Wands to start developing this new path of the Page of Cups. Finally, let's have a look at love. Well, the Four of Coins. Four of Coins is a funny card. This is my very, very, very favourite. This is like my most favourite Four of Pentacles card ever. I couldn't, this is like, when I think about the Four of Coins, I've got over 250 decks of cards, and this is my ultimate favourite Four of Pentacles out of all of them. It's amazing, isn't it? Sometimes the Four of Coins in a love reading can mean clinginess, somebody who's clinging on to a relationship. If you get it with the Six of Cups, somebody could be clinging on to the past, for example, so it's clinginess. But also the Four of Coins can talk about, possession, being very possessive, or even somebody who's rejecting and shutting someone out. Let's have a look at the next one here. The Strength card here. Okay. So strength for me in terms of a relationship means a relationship that is strong. It's compatible. There's different elements here. When I look at strength, this can be lust as well. But for me with the Strength card, we have a woman here and the man. All right, I'm not being sort of sexist. Some of you guys that are watching this may be, may be with men or may be with women. If maybe in same-sex relationships. But this can be lust, and this is often a relationship where there is a great deal of passion. This is actually one of my soulmate cards. Okay, so it depends on what you read the Strength card as, really. In a way, when I look at both cards, it reminds me of possession. She looks like she's very possessive of him, and he's very possessive. Trouble with the Four of Coins, though, is that sometimes you become quite possessive in a relationship, because the partner that you have is a little bit of a commodity. And you know what I think? I think that there is possessiveness. Somebody's got a stronghold over another individual, because the Strength card, and this is what immediately came to me, because it's aspected by the Four of Coins, I thought it doesn't feel pure. it doesn't feel as good as it should feel, as good as a strength card should feel in a relationship reading. That Four of Coins aspecting that strength card looks to me like there's possession and somebody has a stronghold. This looks like somebody's quite controlling within a relationship to me. Yeah, I mean, some of you guys, it's either that, some of you guys might be feeling that the partner's quite controlling. You're feeling trapped. There's a sense of feeling trapped and feeling bound with the Eight of Swords energy showing here. Okay. Some of you guys may be reluctant to do your own thing, to go your own way with the Nine of Coins, to get your own independence with that Nine of Coins energy showing there. But I think that secretly on your own, it's a really funny reading this is. But if this is why I love, this is why I always buy cards with imagery on them. Because when I'm looking at the imagery this close, Gemini, it just makes me feel, wow, look at this. This lady here is trapped. She feels trapped. She feels bound. She feels powerless. Some of you guys feel powerless to get your own freedom. But when you're on your own, look how you're looking out. Look at this image of this lady here. This lady doesn't just look like she's looking at this bird. She looks like she's looking across at the sun. This is somebody who wants freedom. This is somebody who's looking at the great potential of being on one's own, or being in a relationship that's happy, because the Sun card shows two people. Two young people, a boy and a girl, and it looks like she's looking over at the sun and she's saying, wow. So it almost looks like she's fantasizing and saying, wow, what would it be like to be in a relationship where we were both happy and where we were both kind of like on the same page? Because I actually feel that you're not on the, some of you guys, I think the message is that, and there's always a message in readings, really, but I think that in terms of your love reading, I think that if some of you guys are feeling, you know, controlled, because I think some of you guys might be feeling slightly controlled, okay, or if it's not you, then it's the partner. But the Ace of Swords is you, because the Ace of Swords is first deacon in Gemini. That's you on the card there. So therefore this must be you. This must be you feeling trapped. This is the partner. The woman is the partner. That's you, the Lion, and that's your partner there. So the Four of Coins would be the partner, the woman would be your partner, that's you, the Lion, that's you, the Eight of Swords, that's you, the Nine of Cups, dreaming of being this. Right? So I think the message for love is that some of you guys are feeling, you know, strong-armed in a relationship. You're feeling very controlled. You've probably got a very clingy partner. Okay. It looks like the partner may just value you maybe as even a commodity, because the Pentacles represent valuing things as commodities rather than people. You know, it just feels like you've got a very kind of selfish, for some of you guys, you might be enduring some selfishness in a relationship, a partner that's quite controlling and selfish and strong-arms you with the strength energy. They may even treat you as a, I'm not being horrible, but the Lion, if you look at the woman, usually on a strength card as well, the woman is seducing. So the one idea about a strength card in terms of a love reading is somebody who is using the powers of seduction to sedate the other. So some of you guys are probably feeling controlled. It doesn't resonate with every one of you, of course it doesn't. But for those of you who are feeling controlled, you've got a very clingy partner, feeling controlled with that strength card by a partner and feeling trapped in the relationship. I think the message is just know that you have autonomy. You've got free will with this Nine of Coins. Okay? You've got the free will. You have the ability. Some of you guys even have the resources to start making a new life of your own. You know? If you're feeling trapped, start visualizing yourself as being this, being in a relationship where you're free, where you feel good with a partner. Because it looks like she's daydreaming on the card. So the message, some of you guys got a clingy partner, feeling strong-armed and trapped with the Eight of Swords. Start visualizing being happy and being in a relationship that means something to you. But I think that you shouldn't just be visualizing, really. I think you should be acting on this as well. Some of you guys, it might be that you can't. Maybe it's a money issue. If it's a money issue, if it's a situation you can't just walk away from just like that, then at least start visualizing with that Nine of Coins energy, being that sun, being in a happy, joyful, exciting, positive, optimistic relationship with the sun energy. I don't know whether you should be visualizing being like this with this person, because I don't think that this person can change. They certainly don't look like they will. They look like they enjoy having power, because the strength card is having power over another. If you look at the woman, she's got power over the lion. The lion can be anyone, and that's you. And that's why you're feeling trapped. But there is a need to, with the Nine of Coins. Some of you guys, I think the advice is if you've got the resources, why don't you just kind of up and leave and do something else? You know, the Sun card is all about new beginnings and happiness and joy and optimism and pure potential. And there is a need for some of you guys, if you have the Nine of Coins, if you have the resources, then maybe it's time to start looking at new beginnings with the Sun energy showing here. If you don't, I mean, whether you've got the resources or not, I think that the onus I'm going to put on that Nine of Coins is all just about kind of visualizing and thinking about the potential of something else, because the Sun is pure potential. Okay, everybody's got to have a dream and everybody's got to have a hope and an aspiration. And I think that some of you guys feel that it almost feels like with these three cards, like there's no hope. Like you feel there's literally no hope. You've got this clingy, controlling partner, somebody who, and those swords around the dress almost feel like the partner, because swords are words, it almost feels like the partner tries pinning you down by words. So in that Eight of Swords, it's not just about feeling trapped. Some of you guys are literally being victimized by whoever this person is, literally, with those Eight Swords. Eight of Swords surrounding an individual can be words, and they can be negative words spoken to keep somebody in a particular position. So some of you guys may even be, feels to me, when I look into those cards, it feels like some of you guys may be experiencing probably an abusive relationship. I think definitely a mentally and a verbally abusive relationship for some of you guys potentially showing here. I think you've got to value yourself enough though, because the Nine of Coins also means value. So I think if this is happening for some of you Geminis, it's time to value yourself enough with that Nine of Coins energy to start looking at the potential of something else. You know, the potential of being happy, because I really do think that there's some, you look at the Four of Coins, look how he clings to those coins. Look how the woman strong arms the lion. Look at how the words, the Eight Swords, are strategically put on the dress. And when you get the colour red, look at the colour red, Gemini. The colour red in tarot, or just general meaning of red, is passion and desire. Somebody's trying to stop you from embracing and trying to stop you from realising and enjoying your own passions, because your dress, your red dress, is pinned down by their words. So they're trying to actually sedate your passions. They're actually trying to sedate your passions. They're trying to sedate you. They're trying to render you powerless. They don't want you to be who you are. They don't want you to truly be who you are. They want you to be who they want you to be, simply because they're absolutely afraid of losing you. They know that's why. Look at this. How interesting is that? Look at how they've kept you on the leash. They've kept you on a leash in two cards here. Look at this. The Eight of Swords is where they've kept you on the leash. The swords around the dress. The red dress means passion. That's you in your passionate state. But you can't see it, because this person's words have dragged you down and down and down and down so far. And look at where you are. You're just in a cold setting. Look at the trees. Everything is cold. You're in a state of limbo here, some of you guys. You're being dragged down by somebody's words. Somebody is dragging down your confidence and your passion. They don't want you to see who you can truly be. And they're trying to, with that line, see how they're trying to hold you back. They're trying to control your passion. This means passion. Two cards showing passion. The lion on strength is passion, and the red dress is passion. And both times, can you see, the woman controls the passion of the lion. The swords control the passion of the dress. Somebody is really trying to tamper with your passion. They're trying to hold you back. They're trying to make you feel that you're not good enough, or you're not beautiful enough, or you're not, intelligent enough, or you don't have anything going for you, some of you guys. And look at that, trying to control you. They only see you as a commodity, trying to control you. Trying to hold back trying to control your passions and your desires and all of that stuff. I definitely feel that the advice is Nine of Coins. You need to value yourself enough to see. Can you see how she's looking at? To see that there is something better ahead. Because the sun is better. It's ahead of her and it's better. Value yourself, however. Even though this person's trying to do this to you, value yourself enough to know that there's something better ahead. Gemini, you're worth more than this and you know it. I don't know who this person is, but if it resonates with some of you guys, they're trying to make you feel like you're not valuable. That's what they're trying to make you feel, but you are valuable. You've got all these coins around you. You are valuable enough. So start seeing your own value and knowing that there is better times ahead. Right, let's have a look at what the spiritual cards are saying then. Before we go, we're going to quickly reiterate the reading, okay? And then we're going to do the spiritual reading here. So, firstly, general reading. It's an interesting one. I don't know whether this has got anything to do with this, but I do feel that the odds are not in your favour. But I feel with the Seven of Wands, but I feel that this week coming in, it's time to cut through an illusion with the Page of Swords and the Moon. It's time to face a demon here, okay? Because I think that you need to have the courage with the Chariot energy, all right, to fight for a relationship for some of you guys, okay? Or it could be read in this way for some of you guys. It's time this week with the Page of Swords energy to cut through an illusion here, okay? You want to overcome with the Chariot energy a relationship that's facing challenges. If you want to overcome Chariot, a relationship that's facing challenges. So just one more time, just so I've read that clearly to you. Time to cut through an illusion this week. If you want to overcome Chariot, relationship, Two of Cups challenges with the Seven of Wands as well. For work, you're really loved. Some of you guys are in work. You're respected. The Ten of Coins is respect. So you're respected with the Ten of Coins and you're loved with the King of Cups in your jobs. Some of you guys are really respected and loved, which makes it harder for some of you guys because you're going to have to face a decision here. The decision is, I think, with the King of Wands. And it could also be two things. It could be that you're facing a decision either in terms of whether you're confident enough to start on a new path, or you may be facing a decision whether you want to move up the ladder in terms of work, King of Wands energy, or start on something new with the Page. Finally, in terms of love, you do, for some of you guys, have a really controlling partner. They're trying to control your passions. They're trying to turn you into a zombie, into something that you're not. However, you need to feel that you have enough value here. You are valuable. So you need to see that you are valuable enough. Okay? You are valuable enough not only to have a really loving and good relationship, but also you need to see your own value, because ahead of you is something better. Let's have a look at the spiritual cards. So firstly, we're going to go to what are you attracting in. So what do you need to focus on attracting in, Gemini, sorry. What do you need to focus on attracting in? Security. I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full. So that's what you need to be focusing on. You need to say this mantra. I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full. Start saying that mantra and you'll start seeing that the money starts flowing in. It may be for some of you guys that's what you need to get out of this situation here. This may be somebody who's got all of the money and feels that they control you, but they can control you by money, for example. Through the crazy sexy love notes, well, we've got this card here, decide. The advice is to decide. It's time to make a big decision. Being on the fence drains your energy. No matter what you choose, it will be the exact right thing for your spiritual path. Channel your energy, be decisive, learn, grow, decide. We could probably connect that up with the work area here, but also, do you know what I think? I just think all of the reading is about decisions. In your general reading, it's about making a decision to cut through the illusion of a relationship here, because you want to overcome the relationship challenges or the challenges that the relationship is facing. Okay? And if you want to do that, it's time to be real. It's about being real. You've got to be real in this relationship. And you've got to, you've got a decision to make. Are you going to be real, or are you going to carry on with the facade, because the moon is the facade? The same thing with the decision with work. You're loved, you're respected. Some of you guys are in your work. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to stay where you are, right, and perhaps try and rise up in that field? Or are you going to choose a new path? And then again, the choice factor comes here. Somebody is controlling. Some of you guys are trying to control who you are. They want you to be a zombie. They want you to be a Stepford wife. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to stay with them? Or are you going to choose to perhaps, you're going to choose a new path, something that's better, that's brighter, that's happier, that's more optimistic? What are you going to do? Everything is a choice. Everything is kind of like a negotiation this week. Finally, the colour therapy. Orange. It's telling you to nurture yourself. You've got the colour orange. Nurture yourself. I'm just going to quickly have a look at... I'm hoping that I got the booklet out for this, actually. Did I get the booklet out? I probably didn't get the booklet out. No. It doesn't have any wording on there. And I'm not... I want to learn colour therapy. That's why I got the cards in the book. It's something that I really, really want to learn. Because I'm really interested in dream interpretation and things like that. So, orange. Let's have a look at orange. So, picture yourself floating in a bath of warm, soft orange liquid. Your muscles, mind and body totally relaxed. Let the orange liquid penetrate your lungs and respiratory system to clear away all toxicity, tension and fear, and replace with feelings of resilience, happiness and confidence. Orange helps to heal digestive ailments as well as chest and kidney disorders. It also assists with the treatment of asthma, fear, loneliness, and I think that you're experiencing it in this area especially, all of those, and also in this area here. There's a lot of tension going on in a relationship here, and there's a lot of kind of tension going on here because some of you guys are being controlled. So yeah, fear, loneliness, spasms, tension, inflammation, colds and depression. Improve your immunity, vitality and stamina, and awaken your sexual and creative energy with orange. Allow orange rays to increase your happiness and confidence. Say, I am a beautiful divine being who deserves to be nurtured and supported. I am now willing to receive care, gentleness and kindness from others. Okay, I'm going to repeat that mantra again. What you need to say, Gemini, is I am a beautiful divine being who deserves to be nurtured and supported. I am now willing to receive care, gentleness and kindness from others. Fantastic. And I think that you really need to nurture yourself because some of you guys are going through a time where you are dealing with some pretty kind of stringent forces from others who would wish to keep you where you are, especially in the love reading here. Not so much in the work reading, but definitely I think in the love reading. I think that, and it's funny that it was placed next to love, this card. And it's funny that the decision card was placed here as well. So I just feel that this is a week for nurturing yourself and healing as well, for sure. Okay. Buy some oranges, you know. Drink orange juice or something. I don't know. Something that will remind you of what we've said today. But I think that this is a week about thinking about some important decisions that need to be made. But also there is a need to think about nurturing yourself because at the end of the day, you are the most important person in this scenario. In all situations, you're the most important person. So you really have to follow your happiness. You have to follow your intuition, follow your happiness, and not allow anything or anyone to hold you back, even if this means making some form of a sacrifice. It's time really to focus in and hone this in on yourself. All right, that is your reading, my darlings, for the week. I know it was quite a long one, wasn't it? 34 minutes. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe and have a great day. Thanks, Gemini. Take care. Bye-bye.